Hey guys, it's Dr. Sandra here. I wanted to give you a quick 10-minute workout that you can do without any equipment that's going to work your entire body, be super therapeutic, and feel really good. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to find a wall, and you can do this without a wall too. We're going to back up against the wall, we're going to drop our ribs, and we're just going to side bend. So like I said, you can do this in the air as well. The wall is just a nice guide to make sure you're really symmetrical and in alignment. You can also do this if you're sitting in a chair. So you can just side bend here. So you're gonna do about 10 times or 5 each direction with your feet hip width apart. And if your arms or shoulders start to bother you, you can always drop your arms down a little bit. But this is a great stretch for aligning the low back, getting rid of pain in the low back, and just making yourself be a little more symmetrical and getting rid of any rotations in your body. So you might feel a stretch along the side of your body as you're bending. Remember to not hold your breath and try to keep those heels on the floor. Good. From here, we're just going to roll the shoulders up, forward, and down. Again, it's great to do it against a wall because you have that support and that structure to make sure your posture is healthy and aligned. Otherwise, if you don't have a wall or something to lean up against, you can just do it standing. In midair. So now we're rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Good. Then we're going to take our hands and just curl the knuckles so that the fingers go to the tops of the palms. We're going to put those fingertips on our temples. Bring your thumbs down to your jawline. And again, using the mirror or the wall if you have one, bring your elbows back and then forward. Don't worry if you're like here and it's just not reaching, that's okay. You're gonna get a great stretch between the shoulder blades, and this is bringing your shoulders back into alignment and a little bit better balance. Taking nice deep breaths. Always the most important thing is that we breathe, we have fun, we feel good during exercise. And you know, working hard can feel really good, so I'm not saying to take it easy all the time. Good, we'll do one more. Good, so this next one, you can either walk forward if you have a mirror or wall and sit down, okay, and hold that. You're trying to work up to 2 minutes if you can. So you're relaxing your shoulders, you can press your low back into the mat or keep it in neutral, into the wall. You don't want your knees to go past your ankles, so I might move my feet out a little bit further. And it would be a good idea to wear shoes for this one where you have really good grip. You don't want to slip. And again, if this feels uncomfortable for you, then don't go down as low, or just practice doing some squats, okay? And again, with the squats, you want your knees right over your ankles. You don't want to bring your knees forward. So practice that. It takes a lot of practice to kind of get it ingrained in your cells and your body. Good. We'll do 2 more, and if you're still holding at the wall, hold. And we'll hold here. Everybody will hold here. You can wiggle your toes and come on up. Good. So next we're just going to step back and come forward. Step back and come forward. So the further you step back, the more challenging it's going to be for your balance. You can also bring your arms up overhead to help move the lymph around your body. So lymph, again, is the waste products the cell metabolites and waste products from just cellular respiration and daily activity of living. So we want to get rid of those waste products. And one of the ways that we can do it is through movement, and the other way is through massage. So you can kind of massage these points around your armpit, sort of where your arm sews onto your chest, or even the inner thighs gently. You can also kind of tap out the ribs and the sternum and here. So just kind of, it might be a little bit painful to rub those areas, so just take it slowly and gradually, but that can help to move the lymph, as well as movement, bringing those arms up overhead. Now, if this is feeling a little bit too easy, stepping back and coming forward, then you can go a little bit lower and drop into that lunge. And if you want it to be a little bit more high intensity, you can do these switch jumps where you're dropping down. Just make sure that your knee doesn't go past your ankle. And if it's way too hard, then just do a little step back. So I think it's good to step in all different directions. So now we're going out to the side. You can do a little around the world where you step back and then backward at a diagonal. So let's do that. So make sure you have some space around you. We're gonna step forward and back. Forward diagonal and back. And again, take a smaller or larger step as needed. Back at an angle and then straight back and then switching legs. Good, back diagonal. Kind of makes your brain think too. Out to the side, forward diagonal. And take your time. I'm moving through this pretty quickly, but if you were to go lower, it's gonna be slower, okay? So let's go back the reverse now. Forward diagonal. So I'm going a little bit lower. Again, you don't have to do that. You can take it smaller and not go down as low. Good, switching legs, backward diagonal, or I'm sorry, straight back, then backward diagonal, then out to the side, then forward diagonal, then straight forward. Good, we're gonna keep those knees down and just lift your heel towards your rear. Good, we can add some bicep curls. If you have weights, you can grab weights. Good, so if you have weights or water bottles or cans or a heavy jug or something, you can grab that now. What we're gonna do is work the back a little bit. So you can either keep your legs straight, keep your tailbone lifted, curve in your low back, and pull back like this, or you can bend your knees. Okay, so either way is great. You can do one arm at a time. Sometimes that's fun. So you can do like 10, and then switch sides. So you're here, and just pulling, really squeezing that elbow back. Draw your ribs in. Good, and then maybe you do both. So really push your hips back. Really keep your low back nice and flat. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Bringing the hands up towards the rib cage. Squeezing those shoulder blades, shoulders away from the ears. Last one. Good, just take some deep breaths. Shake it out a little bit. Even if you don't have weights, it's challenging because you're squeezing those muscles, okay? We're gonna do arm circles next. So you're gonna do that golfer's grip again. Bring your thumbs to your jaw and your knuckles to your temples. I'm sorry, we're gonna bring it out to the side. So feet hip width apart. You're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades together, drop your ribs, circle those arms forward. So you can do 20, 40, 60 times. Remember it's really good to do this in front of a mirror, and then you can see if your shoulders are level, and you can adjust as needed. Good, and you're making about 9 inches in diameter for your circles. Don't let your thumbs go in front of your nose, keep them back. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then we're gonna bring the palms up, thumbs point back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, drop your ribs, circle backwards. Try to get those shoulder blades, try to get some movement in your shoulder blades. Feet are hip width apart. We're having fun. Feels so good to move the blood, the oxygen, the nutrients that we need. Good, and relax. We're gonna interlace the fingers, press the palms away. We're gonna bring those arms up overhead and side bend, come back up and side bend and release down. So that is your 10-minute workout. You can keep going, maybe add a walk-in outside, do some push-ups. We didn't get to the chest, so that is always a good idea. Keep those shoulders down, elbows in. You can also come down onto your knees or your hands and do a full push-up, okay? Remember to stretch it out at the end. Keep moving, keep grooving. We will see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye.